What's up, my fellow YouTubers? So currently, I started reading again, and I kept on hearing about Intensity by Dean Koontz. And Dean Koontz, I haven't read his books for a while. I think over 30 years. The last one I've read, I think, was Whispers, and the book version of Whispers, Bruno Fry was a huge dude that had to eat and exercise to burn off his rage or whatever. And then I watched the movie, and Don Fry is this Bruno Fry is this little guy in the movie. And I'm like, come on now, Lou Ferrigno should have played him, you know. So the book is probably almost better, probably is 100% better. So that being said, I kept on hearing about Intensity, and I finished Joe Hill's book, King Sorrow, and I said, okay, I'm going to try Intensity. So I'm halfway through it, and it's wow, over 30 years old and still holds weight, like still uh, hasn't lost its flavor. It's timeless. It's still I don't know what the word I'm trying to think of it like relevant. Like even though it's over 30 years old, you could tell in some ways it's outdated with the cell phones, but in a way that makes it better because you didn't have cell phones like you do today, so it makes the story actually better in an intense way. And it's about a killer that goes on some killing spree, and this girl finds out that he's holding a girl captive, and of course she could call the police, but that would spoil the story. So she hitches a ride with him, and then he, at some point, is aware of her, but doesn't want her to know about it. So then they're both aware that each other's presence, and by then she's held captive in his house, and it's like 50% through, and I know stories like these, you know what I mean? It gets intense. You wonder how she's going to escape. You wonder how the girl's going to get saved that she's in there trying to save. And then it makes you realize how many other movies and books were adapted from this book because it's over 30 years old. It's like, oh, I see this story in that movie. I see this story that I've read adapted from that movie. I see the actual story adapted from real killers like BTK. Now I'm seeing the elements of everything, but regardless, it's still original. It's still a good book, and I've read tons of Mary Stone over the years, and now I'm starting to see, oh, Mary Stone either got it from him or vice versa. Mary Stone came later, so it's not like a copy, but it's like influence. It's like, oh, now I see this and that, and then when Stephen King got into thrillers, maybe he stole a page from Dean Koontz here and there, but everybody at some point has gotten influenced if they're doing thrillers by Dean Koontz. Now I'm seeing it because I'm just discovering his older books. And after that, I got Velocity and The Bad Place, which I've heard about in the early 90s. So I'm late to the party, but I'm still, hey, I'm catching up. But question for you, what is your favorite Dean Koontz book? So far, I got to put Intensity is top. And I haven't read Whispers since I was a teenager, but that's one of the other top ones that I've read. But what is your favorite Dean Koontz book? All right, peace out, my fellow YouTubers.